All right. It's not connecting properly. Give me just a minute, you guys. My phone says my earbuds are connected, but I don't know if you guys can hear me okay or not. So I will wait and kind of, okay, Melissa says we're good. All right, awesome. Good, good, good. All right, if you're watching on replay, put in the comments, hashtag replay. If you're watching us live, tell us hi, tell us what you're working on. Hi, Sherry. Julie, practicing continental knitting and purling. Awesome. Shar, Cindy. As a reminder, we go live both on Facebook and on YouTube. So if for some reason one platform decides to give you a little bit of a hard time, you can always switch over to the other. Noelle started a one and done. Awesome. I know Nicole just finished her second one. That's cool. Hi, Val. Holly. Excellent. Nicole started the bamboo tunic. Awesome. Very cool. Everybody tell Nicole happy birthday. It's her birthday today. I have to make sure I mentioned that before I forget. I made myself a note, but I've made myself notes in the past and then completely forgotten it. So hi, Sarah. Lee, working on your Midsummer Night Shawl. Excellent. Leanne, practicing continental purling. Hi, Oriana. I actually have a mindless knitting project that I could work on. So I didn't put that in my hands while we are chatting. Oh, let's see. Joyce just put some notes in here. Let's see. Linda working on look, sunset was beautiful tonight. Oh, I wish I had seen it. Tammy working on Carrie blanket. Joyce focusing on sock madness. Latest photo. Noelle wishing your sister a birthday on the Facebook Live. I love it. Latest photo on my Ravelry pictures taken 10 minutes ago shows front and back with hedges and usual heel construction. Ooh. So Joyce just posted a link to her project, her qualifier for Sock Madness. I can't click on it right now because it'll take me all kinds of places, but if you wanted to check that out, you could. Links that are in the comments will stay there after we're done with the live, so you can always go back and check those out after the fact. Hi, Lisa. See, everybody's going to tell Nicole happy birthday. I love it. Or Nikki, depending on how you know her and where you know her from, I guess. Val working on skinny Lenny scarf. Holly, busy making dinner. Good. That's what John should be doing. Holly and John just got back from Chicago, and I'm sure they had an amazing time. Sarah got caught up on her temperature blanket. Oh, you can do a sweater, Sarah. No problem. Hi, Patty. Hi, Jill. Oh, we have all kinds of people joining us tonight. Excellent. I love it. So let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to Monday Motivation. Today is Monday, February 19th, 2024. My name is Kristen. I am the owner of the Little Yarn Shop located in downtown Saginaw, Michigan, inside the SVRC Marketplace. He said, hey. Marketplace hours for the entire market. The standard hours are 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. The yarn store is open 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. We are here a little bit later, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays also, but for sure we'll be here 10 to 7 those days. As a reminder, Monday evenings, if you need help with a sweater or any other project you're working on while we are going live in the shop, Deb is in the front lobby and she has drop-in help knitting class for $10 a session from 6:30 to 8:30. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a project from the shop. That can be something that has been on the back burner for a while and you're stuck with it and you just need to, you're stuck with where you're at on it and just need somebody to get you back on track. Monday nights are a perfect opportunity for that. Yolanda's on YouTube working on a cocoa knit sweater. Excellent. Vicky working on your galaxy. Very cool. As a reminder, some vendors are here Mondays and Tuesdays from 11 to 5. that does include the bead store. She is here on Tuesdays, 11 to 5. So if you have a bead emergency, then, she's here. She's also here Wednesday through Saturday, of course. Josie, catching up your temperature cowl. Excellent. So let's see, what do we need to talk about? The first thing I wanted to mention is the Malabrigo March knit along. It is for the friendship shawl. If you signed up, you may or may not have received an email from Malabrigo with a PDF of the pattern or a link to the PDF of the pattern. It is now available on Ravelry, so you can go right on Ravelry. It's called the Friendship Shawl. I'm sure Melissa will post a link to it. It is free. Even if you're not participating in the knit along, you can go download the pattern, add it to your Ravelry library so you have it for later. It is a fun DK weight shawl, asymmetrical. Mine's here somewhere. It still never got blocked, but it's still beautiful. Hi, Aunt Jackie. So the knit along starts March 1st. The Malabrigo knit along starts March 1st. I don't have I don't have any specific plans for a kickoff at this point. March 1st is a Friday. I know I can't do something that Saturday because I will be gone. That is in 2 weeks or a week and a half. If you're interested in doing some sort of little gathering for the kickoff of the knit along, let me know. Depending on how much interest there is, maybe we can put something together. With the boardroom restaurant not being open, that's not necessarily an option, but maybe we could do something otherwise. So let me know what you think about that. So that is coming up. I am knitting away on, of course, I'm right to my beginning of the round stitch marker. So I'm going to knit a couple stitches past it so I don't lose it. I am working on a shop sample, which is also going to be a sample for me to wear, a top for me to wear. A new yarn from Barocco, that's one of their new spring yarns, is called Tilly. We just got it in last week. Tilly is a combination of 62% Pima cotton, 38% Cupro, and oh, Lisa's watching for the Corin cardigan. Excellent. Cupro, we looked it up. Well, I didn't look it up, but I'm going by what I think Ashley and Barbara both said that they looked it up, and it is a recycled fabric made from cotton waste or recycled cotton yarns. So essentially it's 100% cotton and machine wash cold, lay flat to dry. So it's a DK weight yarn, 375 yards per skein. Yes, it is. Hi, Becca. Oh, so Becca, if you see Becca on here, she is the owner of Threadbender on the other side of the state. And I was just talking before I got on about how she's got her anniversary celebration coming up. You guys should check out all the cool things that Threadbender is doing, virtual events with some really cool people and in-person events that are pretty special. So if you are, yeah, buy yarn from me though, but support all the LYSs because it is very important. Yeah, Tilly is so soft and squishy. So in the pattern book, they've got 6 patterns. And I really thought this little twin set was cute, but I didn't want to do that much knitting. So what I am working on is a pattern called Jenna. I don't know if it's Jenna or Gina, but it's very, it reminds me a lot of the Yumi top that Karen and a few of you have done quite a few of. So you can see it's got a little bit of lace across the yoke, and then it's just solid stockinette toward the bottom. Tilly is a hand-dyed yarn, so they do recommend alternating skeins, which you can see if you look at, just one skein, you can see the lights and darks in there. I am Roco's out of stock. Oh my gosh. I should have gotten more when I when I ordered it. Well, that's good information to know. Thanks, Becca. Otherwise, I'd tell people we could drop ship it to them, which apparently we probably could, but not until July. So I have a few colors in stock. When it came in, it sat on the table for a day or two, and a couple of colors have already found their way off the shelf. So maybe we'll just talk a little bit more briefly about Tilly. It's an absolutely gorgeous yarn. So I am alternating 3 skeins with this project. So you can see there's definitely the light and dark in here, but I think there's so much variation within a skein with the lights and the darks. I don't necessarily think you would have to alternate 3 skeins like I am. So the pattern calls for anywhere from 3 to 4. I believe. Let me double check. The smallest size, which is a 34-inch bust, finished bust size, calls for 2 skeins. Otherwise, 38 up to a 54-inch bust calls for 3. And then anything above that up to a 70-inch bust calls for 4 hanks. So because my size, it is DK weight yarn, Melissa says, or I say to Melissa. Because my size calls for 3, I decided to alternate 3 skeins. So it's not the most portable project because I've got 3 balls of yarn that I'm kind of flipping around. And because it's done top down in the round, I'm alternating every row. So you can see color variation, but it's not like it's 1 row really dark and then 2 rows are really light. It's just kind of, splotchy is not the right word, but it's tonal. It's definitely tonal, which I think is beautiful. There are some short rows, so it's longer in the back than it is in the front. And I have not separated for sleeves yet, so I'm just knitting around and around. Jody finished your Stephen West project. Awesome. That's amazing. So there are, let me look through and see which colors I actually have enough of that I can talk about. The one for sure that I have enough of because I originally thought I was going to make this color for myself is this beautiful, the names of their colors are very interesting on this one. It's called Pamba. It's this beautiful turquoisey teal color. There are kind of 3 different bluish tones. There's a light blue called Catan. And then there's a dark blue called Algodao. So there we go. There are the 3 tones. I did post pictures of all the colors last week. They're $24.50 a hank. So let us know if you want us to set some aside. They come in bags of 5. I only got 1 bag of each, except for this turquoise color. I have 13 skeins of that one, I think. Hanks. Trying to get better about calling things the right thing. There's this gorgeous orangey. We were sort of calling it coral, but it's not really a coral color. It's like an orange and salmon color called capas. What else do we have? We've got this beautiful pinky red. That's called Panba. They can't make them easy. I know one of the things that Barocco has started to do is put not just color numbers, but color names. But I wish they would pick some easier names to pronounce. There's this gorgeous yellow gold called Pamuk. And then there is neon, neon, just like a slate gray that almost has like a green gray cast to it in some of the places. Beautiful. So these are DK weight yarns. Another project, if you didn't see anything that was in that book, hi Tony, that would interest you, the sweater that I'm wearing is called the trapezoid tee. This is one that I saw quite a while back when I was on vacation in Florida at one of the yarn shops. It is a DK weight top that is done. You start at the bottom of the front. You knit up you split and you do your two shoulders, you rejoin it and knit down the back. So the front is pretty basic. It's got just a garter stitch hem on it, and then you end up seaming the sides after, but the back has this really cool lace. It's fun because it almost looks like crochet lace, but it is knit. So the trapezoid tee would be another option for this yarn if you wanted to do something a little bit differently. What we have in the shop that is closest to this yarn would be the Malabrigo Verano, which is their DK worsted weight cotton. And we have a color actually very similar to this, kind of a pinky taupey color. Really, really fun pattern, flattering on a lot of body types. Jackie 3, the turquoise, excellent. So yeah, it's a fun one. 2 hanks of the coral, yes, absolutely. I do have, I can double check, but I'm pretty sure I have 2 hanks left of the pink that I'm using, which would be, they call it cotton, Kotton. So I have 2 hanks of that left. I have 2 hanks of the green, which is called Tula. So again, as a reminder, I can't get any more right now. Apparently it's already out of stock through Barocco because it is a beautiful yarn and very popular. And then I have 2 hanks of the purple because you all know I have a lot of purple girls. So the purple is called Faye. I have 2 hanks of that left. So if you need just 2 for something, we can help you out. So that's one of the new yarns. Oh, I did knit up. We were playing with it earlier today. When I was swatching for this top that I'm working on, I decided that's inside out. You don't want to see that side of it. When I was swatching for this, it calls for size 5 needles. Normally I go down a needle size, so I did my typical put little yarn overs in here. So I started with a size 4. Can't really see that. And yeah, we'll go up here. Now you can see the little yarn overs. So I do a yarn over for each needle size. So 5 holes means a size 5 needle. 6 holes means a size 6 needle. So I swatched on a 4, 5, a 6, and a 7. I got gauge on the 5s, but I decided I wanted to use, they send me a little preview of their yarn tasting kits. And so I kind of wanted to do as much as I could with that little sample. So 4s, 5s, 6s, and 7s. And then I did some cables in there so you can kind of see with this yarn how you can see patterning. It hides it a little bit, but you can still definitely see the texture in there. And I think the same will go for this lace. Once it blocks out, you're going to see it. It'll be beautiful. So that's one of our new yarns. Some of you may have seen earlier today, well, a couple hours ago, I posted a picture of the table full of self-striping yarns. We got a big shipment from Earth Yarns, which included their Hanukkah color, which is, it's Detroit Lions colors, you guys. Not to take anything away from Hanukkah, because Hanukkah is just as important as Christmas. But the colors just so happen to look very Honolulu blue and silver. And so the unique DK, this is the unique DK. This is what I used for the hat and fingerless mitt set that I did for my physical therapist a couple weeks back as my thank you to her. So it's self-striping, 100% superwash merino. I got it in any weight that they had. So they had it in DK and in worsted and in super bulky, which I think this would be so fun to do a hat and mitten set out of the super bulky. And then they do them in their sock cakes. So, Earth does these sock kits where you have two 50-gram balls wound and ready to go. And they do a fun thing where they give you a picture of what it's going to look like knit up. Come on, focus cameras. There we go. It's like zebra stripe, but with lion's colors. So I wanted to make sure a lot of their specialty colors are limited edition. They haven't really told us how limited the Hanukkah color is, but it's so lion's colors, you guys. I wanted to get as much of it as I could. There is a pattern written for the super bulky. So they call this all of their self-striping, they call it unique, UNEEK. Unique. Except they're super bulky. They're super bulky, they call kuzu. Except that one, of course, they don't have it on the label. Kuzu is their super bulky. And there is a pattern called the Wander scarf that is a giant mitered square scarf, big bulky scarf. Jody, sock weight is $26.99. You get 440 yards total. So two 50-gram cakes, each one has 220 yards. And the sock is 75% extra fine superwash merino, 25% nylon. Enough to make, and you get, there's a QR code in there for you to be able to get the sock pattern that they put on there as well. So this really cool, oversized, bulky scarf. A lot of us are used to a super bulky yarn having more yardage, like Rasta has 90 yards per hank, and that's because it's 150-gram hank. These are 100-gram skeins, so they're 66 yards per hank skein. So you need more than you would if you were using Rasta for a project. You would need more hanks. But I think that scarf would be really, really cool in this. You could get a very snug beanie out of one hank for an adult. You could get a kid's beanie out of one. But if you were going to do an adult version, there's a hat called the Songbird Trail Beanie. And the designer is a local designer. She's been in the shop a few times. And I think it would be really cool with any of the kuzu colors. This is another color that we got in it'll do kind of a self-striping thing. It would be really fun. But I wanted to make sure I mentioned that we got all of the weights of the Hanukkah / Detroit Lions color in. And my hope is to have them for a little while, but I don't know how long that's going to be. I will have them until I can't get them anymore. Which, as you see with the Barocco yarn, sometimes is before I even get a chance to talk about it. We got more of the color for the butterfly yarn in for the butterfly shawl. And they sent us a little sample of this color knit up. I mean, if you've been in the shop, you've seen the butterfly shawls we have in the window. So all three of those shawls are knit with this colorway, which is 3010 of unique fingering. The difference between the unique hanks that come in 100-gram hanks and the unique that come in the sock kits is the sock kits are 75-25 with nylon in them. The hanks are 100% superwash merino. Same, well, 435 yards versus 440 yards. The DK weight. 3. I was using, okay. Yep, Melissa will clarify that. So this color though, if you've seen the butterfly shawls, that's what this was knit with. But this they sent as just a little one skein scarf project. It is called Charleston, same color. So if you were just to knit this into a scarf, this is what you're going to get. So a lot of people have done, there's a pattern called the zigzag that is very similar where you alternate a couple different yarns what's fun about the way they do their self-striping yarn is you really don't have to alternate. It looks like you're alternating two different yarns, even though you're not. So this is about, this gives you an idea of what you would get out of one skein of fingering weight, 435 yards. It's nice and lightweight and squishy. So it's fun to have something else that's knit up that shows you what those colors look like beyond looking at the butterfly shawl, because it's a little bit hard to tell sometimes. Let's see, of all of the stuff out here, what else do I want to show you all? We got a few different colors of unique, the self-striping in worsted. Not all of them are bright, outrageous colors. We got some more neutral, masculine colors as well. You all are just going to have to come in and check it all out, because there's more than I have time to talk about. And there's also, I don't know if you can see that there is a box down here. I came in today to a couple big boxes. The one that's behind me is from Wonderland Yarns, and I haven't even started getting that stuff into my inventory yet. So much to talk about, you guys. But Earth Yarns is also the manufacturer of Gusto yarns. Gusto. It's so bright on my camera. Come on, you guys. You can focus. Facebook's focusing. YouTube is not. So they call these their echoes. So again, it's similar to the method of having two 50-gram balls, like the sock kits. The echoes, though, are dyed in a way. This is how we had our Castle yarn dyed from Earth last year, where it was the two cakes that slowly transitioned from one color to another. To give you an idea, this little baby jacket was knit with the Echoes yarn. So you can see he used one of the little hanks for one side, one of the little hanks for the other side, and you get that. It's not self-striping, it's more of a gradient look that you get. But look at how cute this little thing is. I love that we have two of these now in the shop, where you get such a different look between one of the colors that is a self-striping versus the Echoes that does more of the gradient. This is the squared up baby jacket. They do actually have an adult version of this too, with kind of the granny square effect. So yeah, these come as the two, a pair of 50-gram hanks, 440 yards, 80% merino wool, 20% nylon. These retail for $19. So if you like making socks for people and you like that gradient look versus striping, these would be a lot of fun to use. We've got quite a few. We got blues. We got, look at this. When I ordered this, I thought it was going to be more U of M colors, but it's more Detroit Tigers colors, which is not a bad thing either. Then there's this pretty like iris looking blues and purples and greens, and oranges and yellows and greens. Depending on how long we have these around, I may try and snag one and wind it into two cakes just so you could see. Josie, yes, I was thinking the same thing. Josie said it looks like a crochet version of the baby surprise jacket. That was my thought initially too, which is hi Teresa, which is awesome, because that is a very popular one that someday I will actually have a sample of in the shop. I think the issue was for a while it wasn't available as in-store sales, but so fun. I think winding these into two small cakes would give you a better visual too of what they would look like knit up. So that's just kind of a taste of the pile of goodies that I have on my table here. As a reminder, if you came in late to the video, you can always go back after the fact and rewatch both on YouTube and on Facebook. The videos stay in the live tab. And at least on Facebook, we try and go back and keep tabs on any comments that come in after the fact. Oh, my little notebook went to sleep. Hang on. So what I'm wearing, oh, what I finished. I finished the black and white hat that I was making for a friend of mine. It still has not been blocked, but I absolutely love how it turned out. I sort of followed the Tamra hat pattern. Oh, Melissa, that's smart. Tag the shop if you want something set aside so we see it. Haha. She's so smart. That's why I keep her around. So I sort of followed the Tamra hat pattern in terms of construction for this. And I sort of didn't because I made up my own little design in there. But this is for a friend of mine, my friend Nate, who loves this style hat. I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. I want to make one for myself now, which means I need to find somebody who is willing to sacrifice the brim of a baseball cap for me because I like the idea of having that sturdy brim that you don't have to worry about trying to form it or get the right shape or whatever. It's funny. I'm looking at it in the camera and because of the lights and darks, it looks like it's crooked, but it's not. But this should go to him this weekend, so I won't have it in the shop as a sample, but it is fingering weight yarn, smushy with cashmere in their color black and white. And it just kind of looks like little bridges and stuff. I kind of just made my own thing up. So, but I finished a thing, you all. So I finished a thing. The Tamra hat, though, the way it's written, if you are somebody like Jody, or the other Jody who likes to like maybe modify things necessarily, or what am I trying to say? It would be easy enough to play around with the pattern that's in the hat to make it either more interesting or more plain based on your oh Tammy, that would be awesome. Based on your taste and how busy the yarn is. Obviously, if it's a really busy yarn, you don't want to do a whole lot with it. And there is a more fitted version and a more slouchy version. I kind of did somewhere in between. Again, I knew it wasn't going to be a shop sample, so I just kind of made it up as I went along. The other project that I'm working on is my deep winter coat using the Plymouth Hardy Homestead tweed, which of course I didn't grab a full alter the patterns. Yes, that's what I was trying to say. So Hardy Homestead tweed is a chunky 100% wool with some tweedy specks in it. And this is a prime case for either taking one of Deb's drop-in classes to help you set up paper charts, or taking Joyce's Knit Companion class, or if you know how to use Knit Companion, it's a great use for Knit Companion. So the deep winter coat, here's what it looks like. The girls talked me into doing a cabled sweater in February. And so the charts, there's the front, Where's my back chart? I'm missing a page. Oh, there it is. So I am to the point, once it's done top down, and once you join the fronts and the backs, you've got a left front chart, a right front chart, and a back chart. So Deb, it has a really good method of helping people lay that out, color coordinating things, cutting and pasting, like physically cutting and pasting things to get it all laid out properly. But Knit Companion is also a great way to do that. So I am not very good at Knit Companion, but I am dangerous enough with it to be able to kind of set a few things up where I have it. And this might seem a little bit overwhelming, but you do what makes sense for you. So this is now how I have my charts. I have the, well, whatever would be the the right front, the back, and the left front all in one chart. I do have some rest spaces in there, so I had to kind of put those little bits in there, but the row in white is the row that I'm on, and it kind of darkens everything else so I don't get overly distracted. I mentioned before, this is not a beginner pattern. There is a lot going on, but it's beautiful and it's going to be so cozy when it's done. So here is the back, what I have so far. And I know it looks a little narrow right now, but that's because everything's curling in too. But I absolutely love it. And the fronts. So they sort of, the fronts are sort of half of the back. You can't really see it very well. Ah, there's my face. But I thought it was just a unique cable with some of the seed stitch and some of the twists in there. It's just not a standard, in and out cable. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am having to pay attention, so it's not a social knitting project. I am happy that I'm in a place right now where I have one project that can be it's quiet at the house, nothing is going on, and I can get this in front of me and get my knit companion out and focus on it. Or I can have my pink top out that is just straight stockinette knitting that is boring but doesn't require concentration if I'm in the shop or out and about or whatever. So those are the things that I am working on. I don't know what's coming up next. Deb was just showing me some new sweater projects, but in this box from Wonderland behind me, there is some new yarn. They have a new 50/50 cotton merino blend yarn that I think I ordered an extra bag for myself to try and do a sample. So that might be what's next on the needles. We'll see. I have a little ways to go on these projects though. What else? As a reminder, if you did sign up for the Knit Companion class, either the Knit Companion 1 or 2 or both, those are coming up next week. And we don't have space. If you're interested, let us know. And maybe after Joyce is done with this round of classes, we can run those again if there's enough interest in them. So one is not this Thursday, but next Thursday. And then the second one is the first Thursday in March, I believe. Those are sold out though, or they're full. So let us know if you were interested and weren't able to sign up. Melissa is, oh, slippers. Oh. So, another sample, that Earth sent us with the giant box of yarn we got were these little samimi slippers. Look at how cozy they look. So this uses their kuzu, which is their super bulky, held with a worsted weight yarn. So really, really squishy. It doesn't say on the little tag they give me how much you need. But so there you can see it's the super bulky held with a worsted. You get these super squishy. So if you're looking for a quick slipper project for kids, grandkids, gifts for somebody, the Samimi slippers would be a fun one. Ugh, I'm sorry, you guys, between the dust and my allergies. 160 to 320 yards. That must be total though. So fun slipper pattern. I bet you could probably, because these are written for their super bulky plus worsted, I bet you could use something like Rasta, 1 or 2 skeins of the Kuzu Plus maybe basically one skein of the worsted. Linda, the Tilly has 375 yards per tank. Okay. So I wanted to talk about a couple local and not so local, but still small businesses that I um patronized, gave business to. I'm having a problem with words tonight, you all. Um, Artisan Urban Bistro. Many of you are familiar with it if you are here in Saginaw. They are in Old Town, which is across the river. They are on Hancock Street. The owner, Lonnie, used to be the chef at the restaurant, the dine-in restaurant that was here when we first opened, when the marketplace first opened, when it was Federal 131. Lonnie is an amazing chef. She's been known in the area for years as working in quite a few of the area restaurants. So Artisan Urban Bistro is a fantastic small it's a special place. I decided the other day that I didn't want to make dinner and I really wanted salmon, and I know that their salmon is really good. I also looked at their menu and decided I wanted lasagna, and they had tiramisu. So they do take reservations because it is a small place. But really, really good food. Lonnie started, I think even before she was working in kitchens, creating what she has a product called Pinup Girl Pepper Jam. And it's a pepper jelly that she makes. And so she uses it in some of the entrees in the restaurant. So the salmon that I got had the Pinup Girl Pepper Jam on top. It was absolutely delicious. The lasagna has taken me a couple days to eat, but it's satisfying the Italian food craving that I've had for a week. I told myself I was going to get some takeout Italian for Valentine's Day, and then by the time the end of the day came, I didn't want to do much of anything, so got that instead. Oh, they're French toast. Yeah, she does this French toast with, I don't know if it's Apple Jacks. I know she does one with cinnamon toast crunch, I think. French toast with like cereal crushed up and breaded. Both of them. Okay, Melissa says both of them. So yeah, their brunch is delicious as well. So if you're in the area looking for something to do for dinner, if you've got family in town and you want to take them out someplace, it's a great place to look into. Then Saturday and Sunday both, I got coffee, but down closer to Flint and not with my child. So V and I didn't get a chance to get out for coffee this weekend because she worked both Saturday and Sunday. But Saturday I ended up at I don't know the official name of it. It's a crepe place that's right on the main drag in downtown Flint. And it was a cute little place. They have a lot of seasonal options. I got a Monte Cristo crepe that was delicious, absolutely delicious. And of course, coffee. Well, they had like a chai, apple cider chai that I had. And then my friend that I went with, she got coffee too. And savory crepe. They both had sweet and savory crepes. And then yesterday I met up with the same friend in Fenton to Crust. I wrote on my thing crumbs, but it's not crumbs, it's Crust. Crust Bakery in Fenton for delicious food and coffee. They have boozy coffee drinks, which is fun. I think we both went thinking we were going to get mimosas. We didn't get mimosas. We got coffee instead. But we got the Eggs Benedict, which was absolutely delicious. A buzzing place on a Sunday morning, that's for sure. But worth the drive down. I know they have, I believe in the summer they have been up here outside in the farmers market. Yes, the laundry. I told her that's the next place we have to go. I've only been there once, and that was really good food too. So I try to branch out when I can. I want to take Victoria to both places, to Crust and to, well, the laundry, and so all three places, the crate place. I know she and I have talked about the crate place in Flint before, but it's she tends to have to work Sundays, and so it kind of narrows how far we can go before we can get her back and get her to work. So I'm just gonna have to make it work another day. Maybe this summer we can cram in all of the coffee shops before she leaves for school. Um, so yeah, I have so much more sitting around me, but I think that's probably all we should cover today because it's been a lot. But I am working on trying to figure out a place in the shop that highlights new yarns. So we remember to talk about them. Plus, if you're not here on a regular basis, you have kind of a place to look to know what's new, shiny and new in the shop that we haven't had before, or we've finally gotten a restock of, something like that. So that might be in the works in the next couple of weeks. We'll see how ambitious I get with everything. But I hope we've inspired you to get working on whatever you have, or get yarn for a new project, because new projects are always fun, or just get the yarn because it's beautiful and figure out what to do with it later. That's what I do. That's what I do with the yarn in the shop and personally. Um, so I hope everybody has a good week. I hope that you are enjoying all of this fantastic sunshine that we've had. I'm trying to soak as much of it up as I can. Um, it just the days are getting longer. I think we're on the upswing of things. I'm not a big fan of winter, other than the fact that I can wear my sweaters. So I hope everybody has a good week. If I don't see you here in the marketplace sometime this week, then I will see all of you back here 7 o'clock next Monday. So have a good night, have a good week, and just continue to be creative. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.